Greetings and salutations, everyone. Alms for Purgy here. You can call me Alms, and no, you are not hearing things incorrectly. You don't have to adjust your monitor or your sound settings really at all, but things are indeed out of sync. And here's the reason why, really, for this. And chalk this up to beginner user error, really. So, but when I did this recording here for Biogun, really, so I made the huge error of turning off my mic and not even realizing it for at least about 35 minutes. And so I have here special footage, really, here of the second Duper virus boss with no commentary over it. And so I've been needing to dub over this for at least over a month, really. Now at this point, it's now the end of December, and I actually finished this recording back in uh, back in October, really. So, but yeah, is that I've been quite nervous about just doing commentating just like this way, because the fact is that, as you may have noticed, I'm not exactly the best conversationalist, really. So, but I'm going to do my best really here with this, and if there's any sort of like actual lines that come over, I'm still going to dub over them, try to do the same voices, although at this point it's now late December, and so I'm going to have to try to remember those voices as best as I can. But here at this point now is that we should have just gotten about everything done here with the lungs, and we should be on our way to actually go ahead and face off against the Duper virus, but we're just doing some final bits of cleaning up here. I think this is the area of the lungs that, yes, is that we are going to have to use the sniper rifle sub-weapon in order to actually unlock things. Switch over, and we could very well do the first one easy enough, which we did. Hold on a second. Nope. There we go. That opens things up, and then things get a little bit more complicated as we proceed further up. Much to my chagrin, as we find out. Yeah, okay. Over the right. Yeah, it was at this point, seeing them, 3 different wheels, having to link them all together, I felt very pressed for time, really, so since we had already been taking so long in the lungs. You know, I decided to give it just a slight little bit of a try, really, so. Of course, I was feeling nervous about having those creatures up there, with them suddenly dropping down on top of me and taking all the care of that stuff. Thank goodness that the scanner actually allows us to get globs, so. Okay, at this moment is that I felt it was going to take quite a bit of time to actually do this, so. Try to come over here to see if I could get a better angle, if the beam would actually proceed past me on the screen. Then again, I would have no idea if it actually would have worked, really, so. So you have to position yourself basically over on this far left side of the screen and shoot when everything is in line and on screen. And I think it was at that point that I decided is that, yeah, it was going to take too long for me to do. Yeah, I check my maps so much throughout this game. For some reason, okay, the design levels of these games is that they're quite ranging, really. So, and you know, it was all very well done, and just about every single screen itself is somewhat unique, and so for some reason it felt a little hard for my brain to actually grasp where I was at times. And you may have noticed in past episodes, I checked my map so many times, really. I felt extremely dumb having to do that a lot. And I'm usually a lot better than that. But here was one we actually want to go ahead and take care of the Duper virus. I was a little nervous about this one. It's like I didn't exactly plan to actually go ahead and do it at this point. There was still some other stuff I wanted to do.
Get ready, Beck.
Come out and face me, coward. And it was at this point that for some reason I felt that this was a spider. And it turns out that I was exactly right.
You can do this, Beck. You have what it takes. It's time to show it what you're made of.
Got it! Alright, Stallers. Stallers was the name of this boss here. Okay. Now, Stallers was really not all that difficult as far as I remember, really, so. Much like it was with Geonoma, you just had to more or less pay attention and figure out the patterns right then and there. Was a little unsuccessful there at that point. I got caught in that trap there. So Stallers has some ray patterns, as well as whenever they can shoot one of their mandibles down and trace a path, form an electrical current, lightning bolts down in the area. It can also do a centralized electric area attack. Make a ray of some sorts. Yep. I had a very bad habit with this game of like not scanning the bosses really in the middle of the in the middle of the interaction really. So I honestly don't remember how far we are really at this point. Neither did I really kind of care at the moment. I could say I was just probably just a bit too distracted. Ow. I remember that sort of thing happening. Okay. Okay, jump up again. Look. I mean, the Salaris boss here actually, I mean, I enjoy the design concept really of it being a spider in the throat, really. Is that, and apologies to anyone who has like arachnophobic, really. So, but you know, no need to worry about it for too much longer, really. So, it's not like we get stuck on here. I'm pretty sure we didn't get stuck here. See, there we go, perfectly done. And of course, scan it right at the very end. Hey, I'm a gamer. I don't need no game to be telling me about how much it is. I'm just gonna keep on going until it's actually done. I think I was just trying to think about if I was actually able to go up and get it or not. Okay, we got the atomic repulsor at this point to repulse bullets back at the enemy. I'm just testing out there.
Hey, Becco, can you hear me? Grab hold of this rope. We'll pull you down.
I was just checking things out here at this moment, making sure I wasn't going to miss anything here in the throat.
Becco, stop messing around.
So we go back down.
You did it, Beck. I just knew you could. We've got Petty's lungs up running at full capacity. Always remember the work you did here for us.
I'm just happy to help. I'll do anything to keep Penny safe.
Well, I get to relax for a bit thanks to you. Nothing like kicking your balls up after working for so long.
Now, listening to the language really so for the lung cell workers it definitely gives me the whole twangy cowboy or possibly Appalachian kind of vibe twang really so. And then we have the infection point where the infection increases in us. We're so very mad about that. Just look at our face. So we go back to save here. Now, if you notice, really, so is that actually it's now actually showing up on our faces, which I'm actually pointing out really right there. So, because we now have the infection lines there on our face, and it can only be seen when we're in the save stations, really. So, had me quite concerned, really, so that we were going to lose control of ourselves eventually. But yes, that was the Stylorus boss. Not really all that not as hectic as I think Geonoma really was, and also we didn't get as much of a fancy finish as we did with Geonoma with making it explode. Okay, Stylorus, one of 3 duper spawns. Stylorus fights by using its height and stature to take a stab at those who oppose it. If left alone, Stylorus will infect its surroundings, causing lung inflammation, otherwise known as Legionnaire's disease. Yeah, poor dog, poor Penny, really, so having to deal with so many infections and infectious diseases all at once just because of the duper virus, really. Disguising itself as so many different things. Now, before we had left the lungs, is that I wanted to try and clear everything out really as much as possible. And so we were going to go over to this area that we're looking at on the map. And I was trying to remember exactly why we weren't able to do it before. I think maybe my thinking was that since we had gotten the repulsor shield then, is that what we could do is that we could shoot at the reflector orb and then bounce those shots back at it. Yo, get down from there! Yeah. Ottoman is very protective of all of his supplies, really, so. Then again, if he wasn't, it's that he wouldn't exactly be a good merchant. I really did like the music that they actually had put in for this. It's that, you know, it has a nice rocky, groovy vibe, really. So that kind of fits with this whole, I guess maybe to say, somewhat futuristic sense, really. So, although honestly, given what's happened over the past couple of years, it's like not all that unrealistic. So, this is at this point here where I'm trying to like do what I had mentioned before, bounce things off of that and bounce the shots back to them. And because I saw the blood, quote unquote, animation coming from the eye as we impacted, that it might have actually been working. And this goes on for a bit, me trying different methods really through different guns. I even go so far as to like try shooting it with the sub weapons, because when you shoot it with the sub weapon, it goes through and it gives that like that damage animation really. So, but again, nothing of it works really. So when I go back to edit this, I'm probably going to edit out most of the rest of this portion here. Okay, good. We're finally done really with that. It might have actually just been like a less than a second really for you, but I just had to sit through all of that in like rather silence, watching me do basically something a futile task really. So, and to let you know is that yeah, we do eventually figure out how to get past the skitter deflectors, and it's gonna stop me for a bit more throughout like the rest of this let's play until we actually get the very thing that's necessary for this. So at that point, I then have just like given up for now at the point, and I was just going to go ahead and head on over to the next area, which should be the heart really. So I had switched my gun mods really in the middle of that because I was trying different gun mods as well to see if anything at all would try to actually like get damage on the skitter deflector, but still absolutely nothing. I'm just waiting to get some atomic energy back so I can actually take care of this little guy here. Thank you. Okay. Having the light mechanic here in the lungs, it seemed to have been like an interesting quote-unquote choice to make this the quote-unquote dark area. I mean, something like that would first like make me think, well, artistically, really, I would be thinking more of like, you know, like the nervous system or possibly the spinal column, really. So, but spinal column actually is more or less base of operations for the WBC in this game. So, and sadly, you know, the light enzymes don't have much of a place really anywhere outside the lungs. So limits the use of them, but you know they're useful for the area that they're needed for. Well, no, actually, no, is that I don't discover this really until the end, but actually the light enzymes do kind of actually offer protection of sorts, really, from the quote-unquote lightning damage that you can receive. But I would not figure this out until basically end game. And so those of you that are playing this game yourselves, which I highly recommend you still to do that, is that if you're having trouble with certain areas, it's like, I think you should be able to use a light enzyme and you can protect yourself from the lightning damage. But here we are. We're now at the vascular system, on our way over to the heart. I do apologize as well for like this was a choice that I made early on, really. So because the idea of like, oh, it's Beck.
I knew you had in you another healthy organ thanks to you. You know, since you've been helping all these nisms, I was wondering. Yeah, never mind. I don't want to burden you.
Okay, so yeah, about like the whole honk singing really. So for the showers, I just thought it was funny, the idea of like Beck singing in the shower. He's a pig, and so I have to like do small snippets of songs really. So via oinking, and after even hearing it back when I was editing things, like even I still couldn't understand it. But yeah, on our way to the heart here. Oh, hello. Ah, yes. By the way, set. You thought we were going to have a safe passage, but now we're now going to be in the middle of another battle. And guess what? It's the last it's the last antivirus that the DocX had used, really. So the last one that's been taken over by the duper spawn. I think I just had to pause for a moment there for like a break or something. Ah, that was too close for comfort. Please help them. If the WCBC can't stop them quickly, the damage they'll cause will collapse the train and the vein will clot.
Right back. A blood clot in my dog's
Got it! Another duper puppet. I should have guessed it. Not one for words. Thank goodness, the last one of you guys wouldn't stop yapping. Let's dance, Owl Boy. Strangely enough, really so, is that as far as like all of the other duper puppets have been concerned, is that Scowlboom has been the easiest. The main thing you really have to do is just make sure that you stay airborne at certain points during most of his attacks. And at that point, yes, the sparks that he causes when he's grinding along the train really does cause you damage as well. Also as well, while his little owl drones are airborne, is that you have to try to destroy them in order to create a safe path for yourself before they explode. And here I am doing the same thing that I'm doing, like with every single boss. I'm forgetting to actually do the scan, so I can see how much we actually have to do. Wait, no, I was saying Boomscowl. His name is Scowlboom, really, so... I don't know, Boomscowl seems to roll off my tongue a lot easier than that. And there we go. Scanning right at the very last second. Again. Alright, and from Scowlboom is that you get the best sub-weapon you can actually probably get in the game, the Atom Splitter. And we'll be taking a look at the description of that really in just a moment. Okay. There you go, down there. Alright, Atom Splitter. A weapon that deals a large amount of damage on impact, followed by releasing shrapnel that bounces off surfaces that does a minor amount of damage, useful in tight spaces. Consumes 50 points of atomic energy per shot. I'm just checking out other things really at this point. Oh, the Atomic Repulsor. I'm saying it just sort of deflects projectiles at you. I'm not sure what I was looking. Okay, yeah, I was trying to look up here to see like what the other scan data was. The enzyme magnetism that we had also just unlocked, really. So, scanning enzymes will magnetize them towards Beck's position. We're going to take a look at Boomscowl's. Scowlboom, I keep doing it again. Scowlboom was created by Doc X using the DNA of an owl. Once a proud and aggressive warrior against viruses and bacteria, now a corrupted shell of its former self. After his encounter with the duper virus, he lost all self-control, causing destruction wherever he goes. Yes, so now we're going to demonstrate it. So the impact itself does damage, but really the bigger amount of damage you get is from the shrapnel itself, and they're critical against bosses.
You need something, Beck?
I was kind of curious about like what the hell the change routes here really meant. So I was just thinking about that, so we chat.
Thank you for saving our Vasquez system from that scoundrel.
It's the least I could do. I'm just glad I was there when it happened.
Say, I'd like to ask you for a favor. Mind helping me with something?
Not at all.
Really? You've got so much to do, hey? You're willing to help little old me. Here's something else. I'd like to keep this conversation private, if you don't mind. Please, come on in.
I was a little bit suspicious at first, like thinking it might have been a trap, really. So, but here we actually get to see Mub in all her glory, really. So, and yes, it was. I was surprised to think that Mub was actually female.
Thank you for hearing me out, Beck.
And no, I did not change her voice. What's going on?
You remember when Odo mentioned that I owed them a favor?
I do. That happened when we all first met.
Well, a long time ago, I lost my hubby to a snorting event.
Snorting event?
Yeah, Penny snorted and sucked my hubby down her throat.
Oh,
Yeah, I was struck with tremendous grief and went searching for him with no luck. During my search, I stumbled into Odo, and he suggested I take a job working the vascular system to keep my mind busy, and, well, here I am. Seeing you travel around Penny's body has given me hope. Would you be willing to search for Phlegm in my stead?
wait, did you say Phlegm? I've met him.
You found my hubby?
Yeah, I stumbled upon him deep in the lungs. He was pretty stuck and couldn't get out. I believe he went back home.
I don't know what to say. He's alive. Please, wait right here while I fetch my Phlegmy. You kind little Nism. Words aren't enough to express our gratitude. You've brought us together again.
Thank you for getting me back to my Galbeck.
You're welcome, guys. Always happy to help.
Oh, I found this gun mod under one of the benches a while back, and it's been in a lost and found since. No one's claimed it, but please, take it.
So yeah, we had gotten through an objective without even knowing we actually did it. So, and we unlock our next gun mod, the Snot Bomber mod. Ottoman Suits. You don't want to know how I obtained the ammunition for this mod. Shoot out boogers that stick to surfaces and enemies. Once two boogers collide, they detonate. And this will be the gun mod that we'll be using at this point for quite a while, really. So. See, and looking at the statistics, it has max damage, has a better energy rate, and actually a little bit of a better range than the last gun that we were using. So,
Flem and I are rooting for you, little Nism.
all right, and it's here. Oh, my pulsing heart! It's you! Please come over here. Here we meet one of the leaders, really. So of the set of the heart. Me? Okay. I can't thank you enough for saving us. That villain really had me downbeat. But now, because of your actions, I can't stop bouncing. My name's Atria, Rhythm Keeper of the Heart. But enough about me. Let's change the tempo a bit. What brings you to Arteron? Bursal Prime sent me. I'm looking for the duper spawn that endangers the heart. Can you point me in the right direction? Actually, I can. You want the general. While his cadence is a bit rough, I'm sure he can point you directly to the duper spawn. Great. Where can I find him? He's at the academy. Just head up the steps, then swing on out of this building and head east. You can't miss it. Thanks. Oh, and when you get there, can you ask the general to loosen up a bit and let us continue our concert? I'd like to get the heart pumping again. You got it, Atria. You sure don't skip a beat, Beck. Thanks a million. So now we have our mission, really, for the heart area. Is that we have to head over to the academy, talk to the general, and get further information on where the duper spawn may be found here in the heart. Let's see, I'm trying to remember. It's like I don't think we go exactly over to that really right now. I just go back a little bit here and go ahead and pick up those scans for Mub and Phlegm. I think we should be getting one for Atria as well. Let's see, Phlegm. A lost booger who enjoys his fair share of sweets. Peter Henry Lars Edward Graham McClure, otherwise known as Phlegm, was snorted down into the deepest recesses of the lungs and seeks a way back home. Mub. Administrative operator of the train booths. Mub keeps the day-to-day operations of the vascular system working as it should, checking every passenger that passes by the booth for security clearance. And here we are. Okay, we get Atria there. Atria, Rhythm Keeper of the Heart. Atria gets things pumping with her daily concerts. Aside from her being musically gifted, she also finds strong connections with those she interacts with. The heart works in mysterious ways. So yes, this is how the snot bomber works. It just shoots out little globs of, of damage, and if once hit 2, it explodes. It can create some interesting situations as we'll find here. So you can even shut off chain reactions. So that makes it makes fighting a little bit more interesting, really. So instead of just directly shooting at something. So I don't think there should be too much left of the section that doesn't have my voice dubbing for it. Now it's here at this point that I think I was checking out like what the changing of the route meant, really. So I think. Let's see, yeah, I was going through here and seeing where it would take me, and I think it did take me straight back to the liver. I mean, in my confusion, really, at first, I thought going straight up into that would actually just lead me straight to the academy, and I wanted to just take a look around, see if there was anything else I needed to do since we were in the quote-unquote last world area. Right? So I was kind of thinking that this would actually just take me back to the lungs, but nope, it took me to the liver. I had misread really what the sign is that up there was actually saying to me, really, for some strange reason, really. So.
Flam and I are rooting for you, little Nism.
I still enjoy that. I still enjoy doing that voice for Mub. Oh, it's been about 2 months. I still can't remember what in the world I was thinking of at this point, really. So, but yes. So, oh gosh, there I am. It's like again, I speak real good. I'm so entertaining with using my words, but. All right. Since the time that I actually first recorded this game and when I started releasing it, is that I did find out some interesting information, really, so about this game, at least for the makers, Dapper Dog Digital, is that there is actually going to be DLC that will be released for this game sometime in the future, and so I myself in particular am looking forward to that. But at this point now, as you can see, the playback for this section has actually stopped, and so when the next thing you see is that you'll actually see everything synced back to the way it is. But thank you for, being patient with this. And so hopefully something like this will never, ever happen again because I am such a professional. Yeah, right. So see you in a moment. Oh, God. Oh, man, I cannot believe this. Okay. So, yeah, hi, again, this is Alms for Purge. You can call me Alms. Welcome back to Biogun, really. So, but yeah, is that I just went on another rant for like 15 minutes after finding out that I had muted my mic for the last 35 minutes through that entire boss battle. And now I'm finally recording again after doing another 10 minutes not recording. Oh my God, yes, I deserve being labeled as having skill issues, okay? This is my very first playthrough, but I can promise you that it's not gonna be the last. All in a big oops on my part there. Okay, but now... okay, so just to state what we're doing here, because we're now back in the lungs again, because when we got our grenade launcher mod, essentially, is that I had the idea of using them on the deflector skitters that are in the lungs just to see if it might actually work. And we're gonna go ahead and do that now. Please let these Scuff issues be done now. I just wanted to record this fun game. Ah! Please, no thank you. I don't want to be crushed by the elevator. Yeah. Come on. Going? Okay. Here we are. Okay, you still can deflect. You can deflect that. Okay, so you still deflect the atomic energy back. That's a shame. Oh, so even if you hit it directly... Ah! Okay, I'm unexpecting this. Okay, I'm kind of messing up my timing here. That was interesting. What happened back there? You wanna tell me what that was going on back there? Okay, even hitting him from behind, it still deflects back. There's gotta be a way to get rid of this damn thing. Fine. Going back to the heart again. There's gotta be something that I'm missing here. Because the piercing shot doesn't work, the explosion shot doesn't work. That's not what I meant to do, but that's fine. Do I still have that atomic energy chip in right now? I do still have that atomic greed chip in, so... Okay, so that's probably the only reason why I was actually getting energy back from that thing? Ah! Ow. Will this work? So will this new one work? Oh, that's right, I need 50. And it can pick it up again. Alright, come on, I'm almost there. See if it'll work. Yeah. Nope, you have to use the shotgun. It just seems like bad. And if that was the case, boom. The thing is literally go boom now. Ow. Okay, we're good. We're good. Just trying to find a way around in the dark here. Oh gosh, yeah, I just remembered now. I'm gonna have to dub over the encounter with the owl vaccine guy. Like, boom owl? What was it called again? Oh, jeez. Scowl boom. Okay, right, scowl boom. Alright, up here. Let's see if we can find here in the academy. Alright, this is the town center, okay. Quaint. Ooh, it's an atomic energy fountain. Okay. Still reflect things, and I can still ground pound. Oh, these things are gloves themselves. Oh, and they regen. Interesting. Alright, and nice to see that the surface hangs in midair, I guess. You know, I don't have to worry about it falling off. Here we go. New buy shop. Okay. A place where all Nisms can truly find themselves. Sure, quite a way to put it there, Otterman. Okay, so we've got some new tablets available too. An emergency out, a drone caller. Got the osmosis was there before, I believe so. Oh, rush enzyme. Okay. So this little fellow alters your chemical makeup, providing you the ability to launch in a direction. I heard dashing causes a reaction that triggers the launch immediately, and the one enzyme can be held at a time. Oh, here we go, WBC mask. Can't beat him? Join him. Who's to say they'll notice the difference from the real thing? Just got that? Are you kidding me? Get down from there now! Okay, we also have a solid slime mask. Looking real rough and tumble here. I can probably, go through the jungle. Oh. All the business will be after me now. Okay, so I'm just gonna switch my chips here now. Let's see. Glob Grubber. The Glob Grubber. Oh, that doubles the value, so we can probably do that. Particle should be done already. Critical Blaster. That's like the one-hit KO thing, so... We have not used the Glob Grubber yet, so we'll just switch to that for now. So we'll save using the Critical Blaster for much later. Probably when we're finally going back through everything and, picking up things that we lost. Well, you know what? I bet you don't look like, a supermodel as well in the shower too, Otterman. All body tops are beautiful. Remember that.